looks huge.
Oh, well, yeah.
Fuck it. Let's go. Let's go. We're live.
Beans, you're gonna stroke out, guy.
Yeah, she will.
Oh. I got a black cat that's probably double your size. Sad, sad. You're in good shape, Beans.
Come here. Want this dog upstairs for this or what?
Oh yeah, I'm getting her out of here. Bean!
Bean, you
need to chill.
You gotta beat it, Bean.
Oh, shit.
Did you catch that Floby thing I said to you? Go put it on your hammer.
You like that?
Shave your hammer with that. Floby.
It would work.
Yeah.
Alright.
Ow!
Oh shit, I gotta find some stuff. I'm not even ready. I'm not even ready for this. We're just gonna YouTube this. Mortuary, Mexico. That's it. Now I gotta put live.
Are you live now?
Yeah, we're live.
Whisper.
Nope. There's no need to whisper. There we go. 96.
You said JBL America.
JL America.
JL America.
Yeah.
I wonder if some of that crap's super rare to buy just because it was probably.
Well, JL America?
Yeah.
Oh, guaranteed. That stuff. Unfortunately, I guess that label was...
The Acropolis is a crazy label, too. It had Dawn and Witchery.
Right.
That stuff. And it folded up, right? But that, some of that stuff...
JL America, to some people, didn't fulfill their part of the bargains. That was with the case, apparently. So they were doing well, but didn't fulfill what they were supposed to do for the bands. Whatever. So
there's no seraphic decay.
No.
You got over here.
Oh, sure.
You can social distance.
Yeah, I'm okay with any of that. I'm not part of the conspiracy. I like my director's chair.
For about 20 minutes, you won't like it.
You know what? I'm learning about this band too. I don't know nothing. I know the
name. That's it.
Right. But yeah, JL America, right? They were one of the bands.
Who would have been your big band, man?
JL America, Nocturnal from New Jersey was on there. Organic Infest, Killing Addiction.
Yeah, I know them. I know Nocturnal.
Beherit.
A lot of people don't mind them.
I love the early
People
Beherit.
that don't like black metal, they like that.
Oh, I don't like black. I'm not a big black metal guy.
How about Archcoat?
I like some of the Black Death. I can get into that.
I'm not going to say Impale Nazarene's Black Death. They're a little more high. Up.
Yeah, but I'm early Impaled Nazarene. Toll's Court, Nors.
Angel Corpse. That's pretty vicious stuff.
It's very vicious stuff.
Did you happen to catch them at the El Macamo?
I've never seen Angel Corpse.
I think Haunted. But they were evil, man.
What?
Yeah. I got the ticket started in my book.
Angel Corpse.
Yes, at the El Macamo. My book is full of ticket stubs, man.
Oh, man.
Atheist, Camel Corpse.
Hey, I'm just talking to a couple dudes. We got Phil from Rabid Dog behind me. We got Mr. Rob Cashlube, super fan.
I'm in front of you.
You're behind me. That's right.
I'm about 8 meters in front of you.
Oh yeah, I can't put that up there. If I fucking spill it on there.
No.
Are you listening to it? You can't listen to it.
No, there's a huge lag on it.
You got Beans.
Oh, there's a massive lag, yeah.
You got Butterbean too there.
Oh, Beans hanging out? Yeah, you can't hear her now anyways.
Yeah, it's trippy.
Yeah,
like,
there's
from
like
2
a
minutes ago.
there's like a 3 or 4 minute delay. Not a minute. Sorry.
What would happen if I stuck this in front of the camera? Would we go into the Matrix?
Yeah, we totally would.
Red pill or blue pill?
That
don't
looks
know.
like they're playing in Cam's basement.
I think that's
They're playing right here, right?
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm just getting all flustered. We actually have some company today, so we're just hanging out, and now we're not. I just don't sometimes I just don't want to pay attention. You gotta let it go. We ended up playing some. Did you play Can Jam? You ever played Can Jam with the frisbee?
Oh yeah, okay.
You throw it in the slot or in the top, or you hit the barrel, the bucket, or whatever.
I told you I kicked his ass.
No, you didn't. Not with Can Jam. You almost kicked my ass with beanbag toss, though.
I got that in my backyard.
I love beanbag. Beanbag, badminton, frisbee.
And I got a dartboard now in my backyard.
And that's what he said.
Dude,
Dartboards.
Outside dartboards.
Love a dartboard.
Around the world, man.
Oh yeah, you can play some darts.
We play for records, though.
Yep. That's cool. I had no records to play for.
CD.
No.
Does Beans fetch the frisbee?
Rodrigo's from Chile. Thanks, man. Yeah, hey, we're just trying to bring some cool shit to you. Now that we got some guys in the background, they're taking my focus away from my job. This big job. 5-pin bowling. I like 5-pin bowling too, though. I do. I like bowling in general. I was in a bowling league when I was like 13 or 14.
I set pins in Regina for $8 a night. It was a dangerous job. I was a pin setter.
A pin setter?
Horrible job.
It wasn't automatic?
It was in a German club, and there was only 2 lanes, and 2 of us would sit at the back, and we'd have to put the pins on manually, and I got $8 for a 6-hour shift. I was a child labor.
$8 for a 6-hour shift.
And I was in grade 7, so I'd get home at midnight and go to school. Oh, really?
So what was that, like the 50s or the 60s?
81. And
81.
I bought all my motocross equipment with
$8 an hour in 81?
No, $8 for the night.
A night?
Oh, a night.
A night.
It was beyond.
How many hours?
Yeah.
Below minimum wage. It was
Wow.
6:30, and I get home at
Minimum wage. You're working for free.
Oh, I know. Well, they
What's
buy
up,
me
guys?
buy me a corn.
What's up, Lee? Lee from Embludgement. What's up? Ooh, ooh. Yeah, we're just having a good time here. What are you drinking?
Here.
You're not drinking beer.
Wow.
White Claw. We're drinking the White Claw. It's good, though.
Seltzer.
It's-
Hard seltzer.
Yeah, vodka. I like that stuff. I don't know.
Doesn't
What's
make
up,
me
Eric?
bloated. I've been away from the beer for a while.
Yeah, I think it's like killing me. Just to look at the face and the-
Ron Jeremy fucks and does death metal. Yeah, totally, man.
Somebody mentioned lawn darts in terms of those games.
Oh, yeah.
Lawn darts? I love lawn darts. They don't
Cannot
sell them
find
anymore,
No,
though.
you can't. My dad's got old school lawn
An old
darts.
school set? Yeah, they don't sell them
I need to
anymore.
find a 3D printer.
Cheers
to
from
fix the
Portugal.
thing.
What's up, guys? What's up,
Oh,
Craig?
oh, so dangerous. They call them darts.
Yeah, but bigger.
Sweet. So, like I said, we're trying to make sure. They're trying to get. We're just hanging out here. Not sure what we're doing.
Just broken out.
All right, there it is. There's Alberto. Hey, man. Sorry, just messaging Alberto right now. Get them all lined up and ready. Yeah, all these people.
Good turnout there in Swansea.
Yeah, thanks everybody coming out, my audience. It's a pleasure. Yeah.
I should have brought a laugh track and an audience track.
You don't have it on your phone? You download an app? You can get an app going right now.
It's going to sound like...
We can discuss later on your Gruesome record.
Oh, well. Okay, who's running the show here, Val? Who's running the show here? I wonder why I have the stuff right here.
You're a smart kid.
Oh
man.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. Are you into False Prophet? Are you a False Prophet guy?
I don't. I have heard of them. I don't.
Same here. I remember hearing them back in the day.
Where are they
but,
from?
They're New York boys.
Wow.
New Jersey or New York?
You see, you got a whack of funeral hymn releases there.
Yeah, I'm getting to that there, bro.
I didn't come to rehearsal. Sorry.
No, you don't know.
I was at rehearsal.
Shit. Yeah, I believe. Oh fuck! I'm
Prophet.
I'm gonna get quoted wrong, but they've been around for fucking since like the 80s.
What's their deal? What's their style?
Death Rash.
Okay.
Old school Death Rash,
Like
which
demolition-ish or heavy?
yes. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming out, man. Thank you, England.
Beans, beat it.
What were we just talking? Yeah, the False Prop. They were on Rage Records. Ed Farshty and Joe Pupo's old
Same
label.
With Burial.
Yes, exactly. Same with Burial.
Nice.
So our buddy Nick has a label. What's his name? What's his Nicholas?
Oh my God, Bulgarian.
He's a Bulgarian fuck, eh?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want one of those deals.
We don't know. He just shows up and hangs out sometimes.
He's a Bulgarian power lifter. That's all I know.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah, he's strong.
Oh yeah, he can just rip you apart, eh?
Yeah.
So he does. Let's see here. Let me get back here. So he does a little. Is it? It's just a label? Is it? Or just? That's not just a tape label. He's trying everything, right?
He does distro, but he actually. Those are Bulgarian bands.
These are Bulgarian bands.
Yeah, he's put that no one else put out. Right.
Okay, and again, these are all new to me too. So, are you familiar with the Mortal's Path?
No, only the darkened.
The darkened.
Which is very bolt thrower-ish.
Darkened, bolt thrower-ish.
Yes.
And they're Bulgarian?
Yeah, Bulgarian.
God damn, eh?
Yeah. A very big scene, according to Nick, for the size of country. Very thriving death metal scene.
Really?
Yeah. There's an episode there in the future.
Oh yeah, the Bulgarian episode? Alright. So that's cool. Let's see. I think we can see that. So yeah, we got Darkened. Inhumanity.
Inhumanity, yep. He might have been a bass player in one of those bands before he moved to Canada.
This guy or Nick?
Nick.
Yeah. So what's the label? What is the label? Funeral Hymns.
Funeral Hymns, yeah.
Funeral Hymns Records.
Yeah.
So Funeral and HYMNS.
Hymns, yeah.
Funeral Hymn.
So he puts out his own, and he's also distros.
And he does distro also.
Yes.
So he's got a Facebook page, he's got a website, he's got all this.
The whole deal, yeah.
Right. So Inhumanity, Mortal's Path, and The Darkened.
And he's got one more other release, which sadly you don't have.
Oh, because they sold out, didn't
they? Yeah.
It's not.
Some of them are going for $20, $25 now there, Cam.
Oh, come on.
True story.
So, Darkened. Funeral Hymns. So that's a 4-song demo there. Bulgarian. So you're saying they're like a bolt thrower?
Yes.
All right. But these Mortal Paths and the Unhumanity, you're not sure of.
No, but I know they're death metal.
They're death metal.
They're definitely death metal.
Okay. Bulgarian death metal. Bulgarian death metal. Of course, has to be
a thriving scene as well.
Well, that's awesome to hear.
Yeah,
cool.
Man, yeah.
Cool. And is Nick from Bulgaria?
Yeah, he moved here about 8 years ago, and I met him at what was that death tribute thing they were putting out? Death
to All.
That's where I met Nick. He seen me with a little Obituary record, and that's how we became friends. Because he said, "You like a vinyl?"
Oh, it wasn't because of Obituary, just because of vinyl.
Yeah, and then we became friends, and it's cool.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So you've been in contact with him for quite a while.
Yeah, since that show.
Since that show.
Yeah, like 2010.
Holy, that's a huge fucking J card of a tape there.
That's a full ass production.
That's a lot of fucking folds. That's pretty good.
It's more than 4.
Yeah, it's more than 4. It's true though. It gets expensive because now that I've been working with CDN Records to put out like tapes and stuff like that, I'm seeing like the jump in price just from 4 folds, 5 folds, 6 folds, 7 folds.
Well, he wanted to do vinyl, but he found tapes to be so inexpensive and the way to go, and it's kind of...
They are
right?
inexpensive. They're very
'Cause he
inexpensive.
took a bit of
They're
a
the cheapest to
bath.
put out.
Yeah, because he did the Bane.
Yeah.
And...
Bane. Bane has played a bunch of shows, though,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah. If you're into dissection, that's...
If you like dissection,
Yeah, man.
hey.
They nailed it.
So Unnatural. You got all right. Couple folds, couple pieces of graphics. All right. Well, we got to check out this Bulgarian scene and see what Nick's talking about. It's about
They got
time.
that big club where a lot of bands did, like Club Sophia. Hypocrisy did their live album, Cataclysm.
Oh.
It's a big...
Oh, really?
Club Sophia.
Club Sophia.
And what's the capital of Bulgaria? I should know this.
I don't
Is it
know.
Sofia?
I'm geographically not there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I should be because I'm European too, but I'm not. I'm bad at that stuff.
I'll find it.
Oh, Phil's on it.
I'll be the info guy.
Bucharest? No. That's
Bulgaria? Bulgaria?
Bulgaria, yeah. He's actually from the capital.
Sofia.
There you go. Sofia.
Sofia.
So Hypocrisy and Cataclysm did their shows in Sofia.
Sofia,
It's not
Bulgaria.
Club Sofia. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's what Google says.
That's what Google says, eh? The
Oh.
Google, the goggle.
If in, encyclopedia, whatever.
Scott Pivernak. Where are you guys from? So Scott here. He's the guitarist in False Prophet right now.
Oh, okay.
He's piping in right now. So we were just having a discussion. Where exactly is False Prophet originally from? Because I ended up getting.
I'm very intrigued by
And he does guitar tech. Oh shit. He does guitar tech for.
Oh my goodness. Oh, should I say?
For Possessed. Yeah, for Becerra. Possessed.
Oh,
And
Sarah.
he says he makes guitars and stuff too.
Wow.
So False Prophet there. Fucking right. Always giving up.
That's a cool logo.
Always
man.
giving out the
cool.
props. A little bit of shit. Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna research
Yeah,
that.
So we're-
double
So Scott, tell me, pipe in, man. Where are you from? Let me know. I don't think he knows. So, anyways, yeah, he's gonna pipe up. So if you see Scott pipe up, then
Oh, I'll say something.
say something. Yeah.
Pivernik,
Pivernik, yeah. Pivernik, I think it's called.
North Carolina.
Sounds cool.
North Carolina. Oh, okay.
It's not Pivernik. We're talking to John Tully, North Carolina.
Oh. Is that where you're from, Scott?
North Carolina.
All right. Gruesome. We got any Gruesome fans out there? I would hope so. Mr. Matt Harvey from Exhumed and Pounder. This is obviously his other project he's got going on, and he knows it's a Death ripoff, so don't try to bring up that.
It's a tribute.
It's a tribute, exactly. That's all it is. It's just a tribute. It's a tribute, but Gruesome tributes each album.
Right.
And that's the cool thing, though.
But will they do the more technical stuff like?
Are they going to go into
He's got to find
Philosopher?
And Ed Repka did.
And Repka did the top. Yeah,
And
Ed
he
Repka.
did a lot of the Death, if not all of the Death albums as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And
That's
that's-
right.
and that's
Leprosy,
very
Scream
similar.
Bloody Gore, Human. No, not Human. Spiritual Healing. And
No.
then I don't think he did Human.
What's his name did it? The Travis guy that does every new band now. I think he started doing Human in that.
Yeah, yeah.
What's
Yeah,
his name?
right.
And that's a fairly semi-rare pressing.
This
too.
is a semi-rare.
I think it's 250, guy.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, man, it says it right there on the
Where? On the
that
front?
black thing. It might be 250.
It says 25 years
And it doesn't
relapse.
say 200. Yeah, it's a
No,
silver.
you're a liar.
It's silver.
You're just trying to tell me.
There's no zero at the end of 25.
No, that's 250 to 500, and it's silver, I believe, or gray. You got a piece of gold there, Cam.
Thanks, man.
It looks silver to me.
Yeah, Discog that's 250, I believe. I'm gonna go on record. 250 copies
Okay.
of the world.
And do you have one?
No, Cam has
Now I do. He doesn't want it anymore.
No.
Really?
I got into the Exhumed. I'm just massive Exhumed fan. I thought I'd give the Gruesome a trade.
Gruesome's amazing. I love the Gruesome. It's fun. This album especially. I really like Savage Land. I think that's a great album. But yeah, Repka.
Would you be interested in my 7-inch?
You have a Gruesome 7-inch?
Yeah, a
That's a
clear.
personal question.
It's
Ew.
the most recent one. It's going in the human direction.
Yeah, would
That
you be
style.
interested in my 12-inch?
Yeah.
How about my 9-pound hammer?
Yeah, okay. How about with just my dick?
No, what's the
We're not talking about decks here. Where's your mind
Talking about
going?
vinyl, not dick.
Okay, well, we got to trade then. I have a 7-inch for you. They do a cover of.
I'll see what I got.
Yeah, it's a Scream Bloody Gore cover.
You
and
got
an
about 3
original.
inches.
3 inches. He was upside down crosses on stage.
Sorry, 6.
Well, it's Mortuary Mexico, man.
Yeah, man.
God damn. Yeah, and that's the thing too, right? Scott pipe up. Oh yeah, he did, right? North Carolina. North Carolina, that's right. Fucking
That's
A.
where they're from? I thought you said you
Cool.
did.
I don't know.
Wow. False prophet.
Yeah, False Prophet. But they've been around since like the late 80s and shit. And I'm surprised I've never seen that name around though. That's
So how did this come into your hands?
I think I friended Scott online and he liked what we were doing, so I was like, yeah, fuck, oh, let's.
Are they still a thing or no? Obviously.
Yes.
What?
Yes, because he's
Oh.
playing guitar. The Scott is playing guitar now in the band, and they just came up with a new EP, I believe, a year ago. So they're back in the game again.
I shall look into that when I get home.
Totally.
False
Yeah,
prophet.
I know, right? But again, though, it was one of those logos that I don't remember seeing though back
No. It's a nice little surprise, eh?
then. Hey,
Wow.
totally.
And not your typical name, right?
No.
No.
And they just did a split with Cam Lee.
What was his project?
Cam Lee.
What's it? Yeah.
Just the Cam Lee.
Oh.
Yeah. Fuck, I got a fucking mustache hair in my mouth.
FP was formed in 1988. I don't know if that hurts.
88? Holy shit, eh? Well, there you go. Holy fuck.
88.
But it's good fucking death thrash, man.
The year I moved to Ontario.
Yeah, because you're like 60, eh?
Nope. 52, man.
How old are you?
52.
You're 52.
You're not that far behind.
45.
Oh, yeah, you're fucking.
Yeah, I'm fucking.
You're doing
I'm a
good.
baby still. There it
Oh,
is.
yeah, I forgot you're friends with Montour. Montour was like 85.
Montour.
Montour, yeah. Our friend Dave
Montour's-
Montour, though, too, yeah.
He's 51.
And if you guys have been, if you guys dug around with what the other stuff that we do on top of the Growl, Rabid Dog Films, Dave Montour, friend of these two folks from the city of Hamilton, Dave Montour did Rabid Dog Films originally with Phil, and they did the movie Versus the Dead. So if you go on Rabid Dog Films, RABIDOG Films on YouTube, we have his movie Versus the Dead up there to watch in its entirety. And what's on the soundtrack? Integrity,
Integrity.
Satyricon,
No, not Satyricon.
Zyklon,
Zyklon.
Icon.
Fucked Up.
Fucked Up,
Haymaker.
Haymaker.
There's a bluegrass band from Indiana called Tulane Cruiser.
Two-Lane Cruiser,
Yep.
and you also have Mountain.
The original Mountain.
The original band Mountain, who did Mississippi Queen. You said
We actually used a different version of Mississippi Queen.
a different version of Mississippi Queen was used in this movie during the time when you were talking to, who was it?
Oh my god. The drummer.
The drummer, the original drummer. I don't remember either. I don't fucking remember. I don't even know. So anyways, so you were talking to him.
Corky.
Corky?
Corky.
Okay, so you were
Corky
talking...
Lang.
Corky Lang.
There you go.
So you were talking to him during a time when he was vulnerable.
It doesn't matter if it's fun.
So we got the tune. You got the tune. Rabid Dog Films got the tune. Anyways.
It was a version that was supposed to be used on a TV show that never got picked up, so they allowed us to use it.
Sweet. Okay. So yeah. But yeah, if you go on Rabbit Dog Films on YouTube, there's a version of the movie, and it's a great soundtrack. It's a great movie, and our friend Dave Montour was one of the guys that helped.
AKA the Rude Native.
The Rude Native, eh?
He's also the star of the film.
And he's also the star of the film too. Yeah.
Sadly.
He had time on, he had time on his hands.
Yeah. No, he did a great job.
Well, you guys made a movie for how much?
$8.
Almost.
And Ollie bought all the hot dogs, I heard. So save money there.
Ollie bought all the hot dogs, and he was the only one who cried on set. He literally cried.
Why? Because it was...
Because we buried him in a hole and poured a bunch of sheep guts all over him.
Oh.
On a day that was 42 degrees Celsius.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So you just annihilated him, yeah.
And he was wearing contacts. He was blind, so he didn't know what the hell we were doing to him while he was half buried in this hole. We were literally pouring.
So that scene is in the movie though too, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You get split in half.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at your funeral. We got Nick on the line.
Wait, you got some tapes?
Yeah,
we got Nick hanging out over at the other end there?
Yeah, we're trying to find out the 4th release on Funeral.
Oh fuck. He doesn't even know what he put out?
Oh, I know. Bulgarians.
Oh, it's his own label.
Those Bulgarians are a mess.
Oh, these Bulgarians. Oh shit.
Good old Nick. I'll be seeing him Saturday to get your VHS tape.
Alright, so VHS, the band from Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada.
What is that mess anyway? It's like a fun band, right?
Oh, they're a horror gore death metal band.
Ooh. I need to come to rehearsals more often. Figure this stuff out. Can you go online and buy copies of Versus the Dead, Phil, or no?
No, not this time.
Was it ever?
Oh, there's no copies available to buy?
Was that ever a thing?
Alright, we're trying to figure this out, everybody.
Yeah, it was at one time. Through Midnight Releasing, but our contract expired a couple years ago.
Could it be considered a semi-collector's item? There's probably not a lot of them.
Well, I'm sure it can.
I seen the release party on Concession. I'd like to see that again. It's been like
you can go online and watch it. We put it up on our Facebook or on our YouTube.
Alright, so we just got to give Alberto just a couple more minutes. He's just figuring shit out. No big deal. It's cool.
Who is he in here?
Alberto Martinez. He's the guitarist.
Ah, so we can hear him here.
Yes. Yeah, that's him. That's the original guy.
Relapse is doing Chili Theater with Versus the Dead.
Really?
Yeah. We're gonna bring that to light when that comes to light. But we have some cool. We got some cool things happening in the future with Rabbit Dog Films and somebody. That's all we're gonna say right now. Bro. That's it. We're gonna keep her low key. But yeah, this is Mortuary, and like you said too, I was never a gigantic Mortuary guy. I remember seeing the logo everywhere.
And you hear the name.
And I've seen the name.
You see them in ads.
All the time. I'd see them in ads. Jail America. They were with everybody, right? All the time.
Yeah.
But they were just one of those bands that just never crossed my path, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't know people that had that either. So.
And old school Mexico dudes, like they're from 80. They started 88. This band. It's almost like
there's a whole new world in Mexico. Like Frank from Montreal. I don't know if you know Frank.
Frank from Montreal.
He sells records.
I know Tom from Montreal.
He put out
I know Pierre.
Okay, here you go. Necrotic Mutation.
Necrotic Mutation.
He put that on his label.
Okay, what label is that?
That's a good question.
Oh, come on, why are you here then?
Well, I told you. Look at quickly, edited version. So he went to Mexico with his wife to buy stuff to sell, and he said, Rob, there's a whole world, like so many thrash bands
underground.
that you've
they
never
love it.
heard of. And he brought back all these...
Is it Merciless Death from there? Or no, they're from LA.
They're LA.
LA,
no,
sorry.
We're talking, like, he brought back all these shirts. And
bootleg stuff?
Yeah, because he says there's markets there that
there's
are
there's apparently awesome markets everywhere,
but
man.
There's tons of killer bands like Sacrifice, type of thrash.
Yeah, lots of thrash.
You don't know.
They love it. The black thrash and everything like that too. Well, Cenotaph again. That was one of the early bands too.
Yeah.
Which
with Shub Niggurath.
Shub Niggurath and Daniel Corchado from Cenotaph ended up going on to do the Chasm.
Yeah. And
then joined Incantation for a summer and a half. It was kind of thing. Maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, but the scene there, man, they got some raunchy shit. They have raunchy, rabid shit.
And nobody knows about them here.
It's weird.
Just distribution or whatever.
Yeah. Well, JL America got it.
So that's my story on Mexico. Frank, what's that label? Necrotic mutation. Huh.
So, well, yeah, where were you going with that? So, Frank...
Well, we're talking about Mortuary, and
right.
I thought Mexico is a massive scene, and I don't even know 90% of the
I don't.
bands.
Yeah, I don't know tons of... Maybe we do. I just don't even realize sometimes, right?
Crazy.
What else is there? Anybody else out there? We got any? What are the suggestions that were coming down from there? Oh shit! That's cool. That's cool. We're having a little metal discussion here going on.
Trav Webster wants to know who you're talking to behind the camera.
Oh, we're gonna bring this up again. Okay, so this is Phil. From Rabid Dog Films, he's the right hand man, and what you see online, trailers and filming and whatever like that is fucking 90% of this guy. So Phil Pattison there and Rob Cashlube. I don't even want to talk about him. He's a bird.
I'm the metal messenger.
No, this is our buddy Rob. He's from Hamilton. Also, Phil's from Hamilton. They're like a half hour away. But Rob is an old school dude too. He's been there, done that, and he's quite the fanboy. So that's and he knows what we're talking about here. So
we'll see Rob's face in the Growl.
We will see Rob's face in the Growl. Yeah, totally. So, but yeah. I'm not going to talk about what we're doing in the Growl because we can't. But Rob has a good part in there, and he's just a good friend. So it was one of these where we can get three people in this basement here at you're from Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan transplant.
It's winter there all year.
Saskatoon is winter. It's cold. It's up north. It's way up north.
Saskatchewan. Yeah, it's a mess.
But it's almost out west. It's almost west too, right? Is it westy or is it straight up?
No.
It's westy, right? Yeah. Alberta, Saskatoon, is that what it is?
We're Western Canada.
Yeah. So they're on that side, and that's actually if you want to bring the wine down out of the fridge, that'd be cool.
Can you do that, Phil?
That'd be fantastic, man. Thanks.
Thanks for all your work, Phil.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
You're a valuable asset to the team. Look at that, eh? Stormtroopers.
That was my oldest kids. So I didn't want. You can't get rid of some shit sometimes.
Oh, dude.
No, totally.
Hey, Butterbean's still breathing. There you go. Beat it there, Bean.
Oh, Craig says he knows Felix in Montreal. So that's good. Do you know Felix?
Who the fuck's Felix? That's great. You know Frank from Montreal. That's good.
Oh, shit.
Who comes up with that nonsense?
Oh, that's hilarious. That's pretty good. Yeah, who put out Necrotic Mutation? Somebody put out Necrotic Mutation. That was just recently on vinyl, though, right?
Yeah, last year, and it was a nice pressing too. I got the patch, and it's colored.
And it's funny too. I've always laughed at that name because that's one of the main lines or words that Carcass uses in one of their songs, right? Necrotic Mutation, and it's hilarious because. As soon as I seen that band name, I was like, "Oh, it's right from Carcass."
Guys,
that piece of lyric.
That CD back in the day, original goes for stupid money. That's why Frank put it out.
What, Necrotic Mutation?
Yeah.
Really?
Like large, like high double. Like
and they're a Montreal tech death metal band from the early '90s, right?
Yeah, not really tech.
They're not techy.
Carcassy hard.
Okay.
Yeah, semi tech.
Yeah. They had a couple more riffs than just
usual. They played the Fest last year, remember?
I didn't get a chance to check that out.
Really?
I wasn't there. I think Morphus Descends was playing.
There you go.
Oh, I wanted to see Morphus Descends. Oh.
I picked up 2 of their vinyls there.
Morphus?
Yeah.
I'm talking to Sam the drummer, and I'm like,
they charge a lot too.
I need some shit. Vinyl came out on Virus Productions.
There you go.
Mark James. So Mark James, he's a friend of ours.
Gold star there, Mark. Gold
yeah,
star.
oh, totally. Mark comes out to a lot of the Buffalo gigs and stuff like that. I don't know where you're from, Mark. I always, but he ends up having to train to Buffalo and stuff like that to get here. So, but Mark's an old school dude. He does some streaming radio shows. Brutal. I'm sorry, Mark. Can you please put up your links and everything like that? I feel bad. Don't tell me. Aggressive. Aggression. Oh, man, you're killing me. But yeah, Mark knows his shit too, though, man. He's around there all the time, and yeah, he's a top-notch guy. But yeah, okay, so Virus Productions. They put anything else out?
He might have one more, but the name escapes me. But I think just the one count.
Right.
Mark says he's from Fulton, just north of Syracuse.
Audio Aggression. That's what Mark James puts out. He's from Syracuse. How are you?
Fulton, just north of Syracuse.
Oh, how are you seeing this before I'm seeing this? What's going on here?
Connected, man.
Wow. All right.
Because I'm your producer.
Apparently, yeah. Well, okay. Well, that's great.
I'm the Andy to your Conan.
Phil was at the rehearsals. He didn't pay attention.
Well, he watches the shit. He watches it live, where you're not on Facebook, so you can't watch it live. You have to watch the repeats.
Can I go on YouTube though and subscribe?
After? It's not live on YouTube though.
Oh,
I upload it later, that night or the next day.
That Fred Espy was very interesting. That's a cool.
The Dismember one?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You can tell that's just a genuine, cool, mature dude. Like I loved it.
Yeah,
Dismember's one of my favorite. Like an Everphone stream, I hold that higher than Potty Stream.
Really, eh?
Just by a bit.
Yeah.
Because it's got that raw, gnarly production.
It's yeah.
Yeah, it's gold.
The only thing I find with Entombed, like on like Left Hand Path or whatever, Clandestine, I guess, it's very D-beat. It's fast.
Yeah.
It's fast.
They got one of the best drummers though, like in that style. Like,
sure.
Yeah.
But I like Dismember over Entombed.
I remember Dan Lilker being impressed that album cost £1,000 or £2,000 back in the day to get that sound on Left Hand Path, which is not a lot of money.
£1,000 or £2,000? That's like $4,000 or $5,000.
Right, and look at that monster, like that production is great.
Yeah, a production that everybody emulates now to try to get.
Lilker was impressed that it was like, I'm going to say 2,000 at the most, but pounds. Yeah.
Wow.
I remember reading that somewhere.
Oh shit. So yeah, we're just waiting for Alberto, and we're gonna.
Alberto napping?
He's trying to figure some stuff out.
Washing his hair.
He's washing his hair.
Alberto Sassoon.
Oh, get some more wine there. We're drinking some Riesling tonight.
I brought you.
You need some?
Oh, one of those news. Yeah, those are good too. Oh, I want to talk about actually.
Yeah. Oh, that's not enough. Yeah, we'll just water up.
Alright.
You on the mountain, Phil?
Right? What?
You live on the mountain? Yeah.
So a friend of ours, we got as a movie production out of Guelph. Our friends do a movie. They have a little movie studio called Black Fawn Films, and they put out a movie about a year and a half ago called The Heretics. So they were offering these cool, I guess, special, I don't know, a special package.
Giveaway.
No, not a giveaway.
It's like a limited...
a limited edition box kind of thing. So you get the movie, which is a fun cult.
DVD or Blu-ray?
It's Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Ooh,
oh, there you go.
So ended up, yeah, that was a good one.
Black Fawn released our film Devil's Night years ago.
Oh, Devil's Night?
Yeah. So we got a couple pairs of glasses, and I don't want to take these glasses out because every time we got glasses from them, I'd always lose them. So I don't want to. I don't want to miss.
I need a pair.
No, I'm not. You can't have one of these.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Asshole.
Yep. Fuck you. Ended up getting. Got a cool poster. I got a Black Fawn Film shirt.
Still no base.
Our friend does a compilation and a film festival called Blood in the Snow. Kelly Michael Stewart, our friend Kelly Michael Stewart. So they put out a compilation DVD of a bunch of shorts from one of the years of one of their film festivals. Oh, it's all horror cult stuff, right?
One of our films was the first.
I don't know that one.
Our first festival.
Which film?
Devil's Night.
Devil's Night was in one of the first
year.
Blood in the Snow.
We had a film in the Blood in the Snow festival.
Right, and that movie features Danielle Harris from. If anybody is a fan of Halloween, is it 4? 6.
4 and 5.
4 and 5.
The original 4 and 5.
Original, yes.
And Rob Zombie's 1 and 2.
And Rob Zombie's 1 and 2. So she was in this movie that. I don't even know what do you want to call that?
What's that?
Is it? You want to say Nyctophobia? I guess. So
it was Nyctophobia, yes.
All right. So the original production company
Mindscape Productions
was Nyctophobia, Mindscape Productions, and yeah, Danielle Harris was in it. So this was one of the first festivals to put it in. I got a bunch of postcards with this also from their other movies, Black Fawn Distro, and Summon Your Own Demon. How to summon your own demon.
Those matches in there?
Yeah. And a piece of fabric from one of the cloths from one of the costumes from this movie. So
let me see that Summon Your Own Demon package again.
Yes. Oh, I don't want to summon a
demon. Summon your own demon. Summon your own demon.
That's trouble.
Oh, so basically, if you go to the dollar store, you can summon a demon.
Hey. Yeah, but they don't have this cool packaging at the dollar store. True. Come on, man. Come on.
I have a candlelight.
You don't want to summon.
Let's summon some demons, man.
No, we gotta summon some demons. What demon will summon you? Suitable for all ages. It's suitable, dude. We can do it. Anybody can do it, any age.
I want to summon some demons.
Huh? That's why we got this. So yeah, so we like to support our friends on as many projects as we can, because obviously we're doing a shit ton of projects ourselves. So we try to do as much as we can with everybody else, but obviously we're spending money on what we want to do for our stuff. But Black Fawn has some really cool shit. They put out some really cool movies. They've done distribution for, like you said, Devil's Night, one of the films that you worked on with Danielle Harris.
And Bed of the Dead.
And Bed of the Dead. Oh yeah, I'm not in it though.
But you're actually credited.
I'm credited in the movie. I did a lot of shots for that night though. Actually, I was a cop walking by.
But I got credited as the cop.
You got that.
And I wasn't the cop.
Mustache. You're credited as the cop?
I'm credited as the cop.
Whatever. Yeah, well, you gotta have a mustache if you're a cop. Come on.
Especially a shifty one, yeah.
A shifty, yeah. Fucking shady little fuck.
I was a Satan worshiper in the film.
You were, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then Chad, the director, ended up taking over as your character.
The bed maker.
The bed maker. That's it. Bed of the Dead. So Black Fawn Films. That's check that out, man. It's there's some fun horror movies. I guess I'm ready. Okay.
All right.
Let's try this out.
Why that? Where's that Texas Chainsaw?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
See, that TV looks way bigger too when you're watching it at home.
Does it?
Oh yeah, it looks huge. I'm seeing the real world down here now.
Yeah, man. Welcome to Hollywood.
Butterbean down here.
Butterbean? You want to start boxing?
No.
No. Black bean.
Oh, Bean's out of here.
See if this works, folks.
Beans beat it.
What's up? Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Hope everybody's doing all right. Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, I got a box full of tapes. I can't wait to go home.
Hello.
Hello.
What's going on?
Sorry, man. Sorry for the delay.
Hey, it's all good, buddy. It's all good. Everything's okay?
Yeah, I was having trouble logging my FaceTime. First, there was problem with the internet signal. It's been raining a lot these days here in this area.
Right.
So I was having trouble with my internet, and then after that, it was the FaceTime. So that's why there was no other way than the messenger.
But we got you now.
Yes, we're here now.
So,
how are you?
Good, man. Explain to everybody who you are, my friend.
Well, this is Alberto Martinez. I am lead guitar in Mortuary. Mortuary is a thrash death metal band, originally from Monterrey, Mexico. Monterrey is a city that is like around 2 hours and a half from Texas, from Laredo, Texas, McAllen, Texas, the same. we're very near Texas, and well, Mortuary is a band that started in the mid or late 80s, and we're here so far.
Right on, right on. So it says on, like, I mean, this is kind of everybody's Bible to information is the Encyclopedia Metallum, obviously. So when you go on there, I see 1988 is when you officially started, but you started out of a couple different bands, correct?
Yeah, I mean, in my case, I started in a band called Witch Hunter. It was a band that played mainly covers. We were a lot into bands like Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, and things like that, right?
Right.
But that was 85, 86, I don't know. And then, but anyway, I personally, I always wanted to play something more, I mean, more aggressive than heavy metal, right? I mean, I was listening, in those times, here in Monterrey, started receiving material from bands from the US, from Europe, and I immediately said, man, I have to play this kind of music, right? And then I started listening a lot to Slayer, Creator, Destruction, these kind of bands, and trying to learn the songs. And definitely, I wanted to do something original. I wanted to write my own music. So that's what we did. I couldn't do it until we made Mortuary, and then we started working on our own material.
Oh, wow. So you were connected with the underground already, doing the tape trading, the fanzines, and all that stuff? Is that how it... Yeah.
Yes. The typical thing, the tape trading, the letters, etc., everything. Here in Monterrey, there was a very special situation. There was a group of friends, a group of guys from here that started going to shows in, as I tell you, in Laredo, Texas, in McAllen, Texas. And they started making a connection between bands in Texas and bands in Monterrey. And also, I think it's due to the same connection, we brought, I mean, some promoter from here, from the area, brought a band from McAllen. It was called Rest in Pain. Nowadays, they are called Severance from McAllen.
Oh, yeah, Severance. That's right. It's another band. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So this promoter brought this band to Monterey. We gave a show together with another very great band, very good band called Necrophiliac, also from here, from Monterey. Oh. And I don't know if you know that band.
Yeah, I remember seeing the name. I don't remember the band itself, but seeing the name around, yes.
Yeah, nowadays they're called Noctambulism. But in the beginning they were Necrophiliac.
Okay.
So we were the bands that were working to trying to build a scene, a metal scene here in the area. With these guys that were traveling to Texas, to the US, bringing material, making connections with the bands. Fortunately, since when we played with this band, Rest in Pain, it was like 89, I think so. And thanks to that connection, the following year, and in 1990, we had the chance to go and play in McAllen, Texas, opening for Morbid Angel, right? For Morbid Angel.
Wow.
So it was awesome, man. It was great.
Holy shit. But you guys were already a band, and you put out a demo. What year was the first demo?
The demo was recorded in December 88. The demo was called Where Death Takes Your Soul.
Right.
Well, our very first recording. And it was December 88. And it was promoted, and we gave a lot of shows presenting this demo, all 89. By 1990, we were already recording our first long play, complete album, right? Long play. It was The Blackened Images.
Right.
Yeah. So when we played with Morbid Angel, we were already playing the two materials, the demo and the long play.
Wow.
With Blackened Image.
So,
exactly.
So the Blackened Image album we were trying to figure it out. Did that come out on JL America?
Exactly, JL America.
That's it. Yeah. So we were right.
I mean, in the beginning, it was an independent release.
Right.
We did it independent. The cover was different. It was only we had a lot of influence from bands like Slayer, Possessed, bands like this. and I always thought that the original cover, the Black Images, was like a copy of Possessed Seven Churches, because it was the black background,
yeah,
and then the Mortuary logo in red, and then the Black Images. I mean, it was
it's perfect. It's a great album.
Exactly. Yes, I was really influenced by Possessed in that time. I mean, I'm still influenced a lot by this band.
Right.
So that was our independent release. And then later on, this company, JL America, showed interest, and they wanted to release the same stuff.
So,
and they did.
Was the cover for JL America the original cover you had independently too?
No, it had a new cover. It had a. I mean, again, one of our friends from McAllen, Texas, made a very crazy design that, again, some people believe that it was very similar to Morbid Angel's Altars of Madness. It had some similarity. So it was always the same. People never stop criticizing.
Yeah, but that's a good comparison, though. It totally wouldn't bother me if someone said you guys were ripping off Morbid Angel. I'd be like, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We really like the design from this friend. I remember his name. He was also playing in this band. I think Rest in Pain, or so he was playing in some band also in McAllen, Texas, and he made the design. He sent it to us, and we really like it. And then that is the design we sent to JL America, and that was the cover for the.
Okay, yeah, because we were trying to figure it out just beforehand. We tried not to do our research. We just go off memory, and it was like, I'm pretty sure Mortuary, that logo, it was a JL America staple at that time.
Did it come out on vinyl?
Did it come out on vinyl too back then?
There was a.
Sweet.
I don't know. In those times, our frontman, who unfortunately passed away 2 years ago, he was in charge of everything. He was in charge of he was in charge of making the connections, of managing the band. He was kind of the manager.
Yeah.
And I never knew exactly all the complete story of how everything happened.
Right.
So there was a vinyl. There was they said it was a bootleg, a pirate album in Germany, I think so, or Belgium, I don't remember. And the cover was designed by Chris Moyen, right? In fact, this one I have right here. This one is a design from Chris Moyen, right?
Oh,
and Chris Moyen told me later that he didn't know it was a design for a bootleg. I mean, for a pirate release.
Yeah.
Well, but anyway, I mean, there was no problem, because thanks to this, we got a lot of publicity. Yes. Yeah, so a lot of people knew who Mortuary was in Europe and many other places.
Oh, wow.
So, but JL America, I'm not sure. I think they only made the CD. I think only the CD. Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, there's stories about JL America that they didn't really follow through with some of their contracts, and that's why they kind of drifted off. Is that, I guess that kind of happened and you just moved on?
Yeah, I mean, as I tell you, our frontman Growl Lanis was in charge of everything. I didn't get a lot of information about that.
Okay.
I didn't get no money from that recording. I mean, in that time.
Oh, you're not a millionaire?
Not really. I wish. I wish. No, only until recently. I mean, since our frontman passed away, he was the leader of the band. So there was a situation that who was going to manage the band, etc. So I took I started being like the leader of the band.
Yep.
And since then, I started receiving some how do you say, copyright
right
money, right? It's not a lot, but I mean, we're doing very well.
Yeah. Well, because you guys are starting to. You had I guess a space in between where 1995 up until recently, there wasn't much going on. Was it just because everybody kind of just grew up and just did other things? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I mean, there was a moment when we wanted to do different things, right? Our singer, our manager, or leader wanted to try a different kind of music. He was a lot into industrial music or something like that. Oh. And he made a band, and it was very successful here in Mexico and other parts. The name was Pulsión. He made that band. He wanted to try his
right.
Something different, right?
Yep.
I wanted to keep playing death metal, and so we as we how do you say? I mean, as we considered it in that time, it was like only taking a break, right? It was only a break, but the break extended for about 5 or 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes, in 5 or 6 years, we didn't do anything together. And finally, in 2002, 2003, we decided to reform the band. In the beginning, it was just like a kind of a tribute band. We wanted to make a tribute for the bands that we admire, that we were influenced by. And so it was a tribute for Slayer. We made 2 or 3 shows here in Monterey. And then we realized that we wanted to play together again. So that's how we started giving shows again at like Mortuary.
Yeah.
Right?
Gotcha.
That was the story. Anyway, before the break, it was crazy. It was I mean, we played everywhere. In '92 we had a tour all along the Mexican territory with other 2 bands that are kind of thrash metal, not very death metal. Then the names are Transmetal and Inquisidor were the bands.
Okay.
We made a very long tour with them. We played many cities in Mexico. The idea was also play in the U.S., but something happened that it never happened, right? So it was only a Mexican tour, and many other things. We were very active in the first period, in the first part of the band. Between '88 and '96. We were playing a lot everywhere, right?
Right. Yeah. You wanted to form the band because obviously you guys were missing it. Is that what it was?
I'm sorry?
You wanted to get the band going again during that time just because you were missing it for those like 6-7 years or whatever?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. I really missed being on the stage and giving shows, etc. It was never about the money. I mean, definitely, it's not about money. It's because we really love to be on the stage and to feel the energy. Fortunately, Mortuary has always had a base of fans everywhere, or not only in Mexico, also in the US and Europe, and etc. So we wanted to feel again that energy that people give us when we are on stage, etc. So that was it.
Yeah, it is a wonderful feeling when you're on stage, and especially when you have like a crowd of people cheering after one of your songs. You get that rush, and you're like, holy shit! Like, let's do it faster now, and let's do it heavier, and whatever, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that was all the point. That was the point to when we decided to come back. It was because we wanted, and also we wanted to work on new stuff, right? We were working on new songs, etc. It took some time to enter the studio again, but we wanted to offer something else, not to stay with the past stuff we got recorded, right?
I mean, all the fans obviously, they want to hear the demo and then the album, the first few releases or whatever. But it's just as a band, period, you always want to explore and just keep moving on with new material and working on shit. So sure, you'll give the fans what they want to hear, but you obviously need to play new stuff.
Exactly. There's some evolution, right?
Yeah.
Some evolution. I mean, definitely, we're always gonna keep playing our own style, our own thrash death metal style, Mortuary style. But of course, we want to offer some new ideas, something that people listen and say, hey, did you hear that? I mean, it's Mortuary, but different. I mean,
yeah.
So That is the idea. That's in fact right now I'm working a lot on new material because I want to make we recorded a 7 inches like in 2013, 14. It was only 2 or 3 songs, but now I'm working a lot because I want to make a long play, right?
Yep.
I want to make a full recording. I know 10, 12 songs. Maybe taking some of the old songs that we didn't have a chance to put in our previous recordings, but also putting some new stuff, new songs. And well, I hope people will like this new material, right?
Right on. When you guys started getting together back in the late '80s, what was the scene like there?
It was growing. It was growing a lot. It was awesome. It was crazy because, as I tell you, the area was a lot into heavy metal. Most of the bands were only cover bands. They play a lot of Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Motorhead, Black Sabbath, everything. Yep. And the thrash metal, death metal was starting to grow here in Monterey. There were great bands. I mean, of course, there was the problem of getting the equipment, gear, right? We didn't have. In fact, I didn't have. I come from a very how can we say, not privileged family. Yeah. So I didn't have my own guitar until like 1 year and a half after Mortuary started. Oh, I had always played with borrowed guitars, right? Hey. Always my friends, hey, I have this guitar, okay, please. Yes. So it was, and many other bands were in a similar situation, but we were working very hard to make it happen, right? We got amps, we got guitar, we got drums from wherever we could, and so we gave shows. In the beginning, we were playing in backyards and in some friend's house and etc. Yeah, it was great. It was awesome. And then suddenly there is a place that people call here in Monterey like the metal cathedral. It is called. It is a gym. It is a very old gym. But suddenly we started using it. I mean, promoters started using it for concerts, and it was the place to go for death metal concerts, right? And most of the metal concerts were organized in that gym. And that was the first we can say the first place where Mortuary could play on a professional stage with professional equipment, etc. Wow. And as I tell you, the scene was growing here in Monterey. There were excellent bands, great bands like I don't know if you have heard about Toxodeath, Argentum.
Toxodeath?
Toxodeath.
Oh, yeah, they were on Seraphic Decay Records, weren't they? Isn't that them? Yes.
The first recording I remember they were one of the first bands who got a deal with an American company. It was Wild Rags.
Wild Rags. Oh, that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
man. Right.
So Toxodeath is also from this area.
Oh, right.
We
yeah.
were close, right? There was, as I mentioned before, there was Necrophiliac. It was one of the founders of the death metal scene here in Monterey, right? Necrophiliac, Toxodeath, later on Mortuary, and then these black metal bands like Argentum, Black Vomit, Vocifer, etc. There were plenty of bands. Fatal Narcosis was another great band from here, from the area, Monterey. And all these bands together were the ones that made the scene grow here in the area.
Right on.
Yeah. Usually here in Mexico, there's a kind of situation that it's very, how can you say, centralist. There is Mexico City, and usually when they talk about the metal story of metal, Mexican metal, they usually talk only about bands from there. Which there are many bands from there that I really love. Sure. I love, Cenotaph, Shurnigrad, The Chasm.
Yes.
The Chasm.
Of course.
All these bands are from there, from Mexico, from Mexico City. And I really, we shared the stage many times together in the beginning. And I really love these bands, right? they're great. They were also a great influence for bands in the north, but also the bands in the north of Mexico were influencing the bands in Mexico City. So I think they were growing almost at the same time.
Yeah.
The scene in Mexico City and the scene here in the north of Mexico.
Sure. Yeah.
These bands that I mentioned were the ones that made it happen, right?
Right on. And especially like you said, I mean, back in the day, death metal was still small. So whenever you heard of any bands or fans or friends or whatever, you're calling out to them right away going, there's a show there. Well, there's a show here. Oh, you got a band over there. We got a band over here. So let's pool our resources and let's try to make a giant scene.
Exactly. That's the way it is. I mean, and that is the base of what it is today. Today, Mexico is offering a lot of bands, excellent bands, right? There are many new bands in all the different styles. There is progressive metal. There is porno-gore metal. There is death metal, thrash metal, speed metal. There is all kind of styles, and in each style you can find very good, excellent Mexican bands, right? They're great, and we can see them lately in the festivals. That there are two very big festivals here in Mexico. For me, they are they have the same importance. Sometimes they fight like, no, I'm better than you, etc. But for me, they both are great because they are offering a platform, a stage for all bands, international bands and local bands to express, to show what they have. These festivals are the Hell and Heaven Fests, Hell and Heaven Metal Fest in Mexico City, and here in Monterrey we have the Mexico Metal Fest. The last year they brought Possessed, they brought Dark Angel, they brought Nuclear Assault, Emperor. It was good. So I think in these two festivals nowadays you can see like the result of all the work we did since the 80s.
Right.
Since the 80s, we were working to make the scene big, to make the scene grow.
Yeah.
And I say in this festival nowadays you can see, wow, excellent bands, Mexican bands.
So you did a good job then.
Sorry?
So you did a good job then.
I think so. We established the basis, we can say that, right? For what is going on right now. I don't know if they recognize that, if they say, yes, we're here thanks to Mortuary, thanks to Toxodet, and to Tormentor and Chunigo. I don't know if they think that way, but I'm sure we did.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
We worked really hard in those times to make it happen. Right?
Oh, totally. Well, and there was only a select few that were doing the scene, in the bands, promoting the shows, doing the fanzines, tape trading and stuff. Like, it's still, back then, it's a small circle, right? So everybody was working together to try to put something together, shows, whatever. And obviously, like you said, 30 some odd years later now, people are starting to wake up a little bit more and realize that Mexico and such there was some pretty intense bands back in the day.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel I know I am not a very social person. I don't talk a lot with the bands, but I'm sure they somewhere they have to recognize that we're the kind of the founders of the death metal scene here in Mexico, right?
Sure.
And we're still on it. We're still trying to do our best, as I tell you. Right now, I'm working on new stuff that I hope to put it on a record next year.
Right on.
It's not going to happen because, the quarantine and everything.
What a pain in the ass.
But I hope next year. I hope next year is going to happen, and it is. I don't see. I don't feel how. I can understand how. The time went on very fast. It's like yesterday when we were playing in the 88, 89, and nowadays last year we played the Maryland Death Fest.
Yes.
We were there, and it's like a dream. Like, my God, in 88 I never imagined I was gonna be on that stage. Right?
Well, because that's the thing. People are recognizing now that that you guys had a scene down there, and it was important in the evolution of thrash, death metal, all of that, right? So obviously everyone's starting to realize that, props are down to Mexico.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In fact, I think there should be there are some documentaries and movies like the one the Growl death metal, I think there should be a special documentary or movie about the scene here in Monterrey, in Mexico City. Yeah. I hope some film director or some producer takes the initiative to do something like that. Right?
Hint.
There's there are many stories. There's a lot of stuff that you can use. You can make a 2-hour or 3-hour film with everything that happened in Mexico since mid 80s until now.
Well, then you got to get me some footage and stuff, and we can start talking.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Good.
Sure. That would be great.
So when the band got together and you guys went to record your first demo, how did that end up working out?
It was crazy, man, because in that time, sound engineers, at least the sound engineers in the studios where we recorded the demo and the blackened images, they didn't have any idea of what kind of music it was. Mm-hmm. Yes, they were used to record the more pop music, more folk music. And when we went to those studios, the sound engineers were like, what is that? And unfortunately, as I tell you, our singer, Joel Anís, he had a lot of idea. He was his idea of how Mortuary should sound was very clear, and he worked a lot together with the sound engineers in those two recordings to try to get the best sound, right? Because they didn't know what they were doing. The sound engineers, they were just telling us the I don't know, technical things or something like that, but the sound, how the guitar should sound, how the drums should sound, everything was being worked by our singer.
Gotcha.
So. I don't really know where the money came because, as I tell you, I was not aware of how everything was happening.
Yeah.
My job was only to play the guitar and write some songs, etc. But the production, the management, etc. It was the singer. So I don't know where the money came from. But we did it. We were there. We recorded this 4-song demo in '89, and I think the sound came up very. It was very rough. It was something very different for that time.
Yeah.
I remember the first time we played. We went to Mexico City to be the opening act for an international band, which was in that time Obituary. It was Obituary. They brought Obituary to Mexico City and they invited us, and we discovered that we were invited because a band from Mexico City, I think Tormentor, that later showed me Grab, they had heard our demo and they told the promoter, hey, you have to bring this band. They're from the north of Mexico, but they are great. You have to bring them to Mexico City, and that's how we went for the first time to play in Mexico City, and. As I tell you, the sound was kind of different. Some people even believe that we were not Mexican. They believe that we were from somewhere else, but not Mexico. Later, the bands. I don't know if they learned from the first recordings that we made, the original bands. And they started producing something much better, so with a better sound, with a more professional production. But definitely the first recordings from bands like Mortuary, from Tormentor, from Ripping Flesh. There were many bands in that time recording something, and the sound we got was different to everything people was used to listen to, right?
Right on. So you obviously had, like you said, you kind of had a hard time in the studio trying to let the engineer know, your singer, the drums need to be like this, or but because nobody really had reference back then, right?
Exactly.
I mean, if your engineers and recording studio didn't know, about Slayer and Venom and Celtic Frost and all that, then they'd have no clue what to even do. And then when you come in with distortion and these growling vocals and everything, they're redlining everything on the boards and they don't know what to do, right? So that must have been totally challenging, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what happened. And anyway, fortunately, at the end, we got to more or less like the final sound. I mean, of course, we always had the feeling that it could have been better, but anyway, the result was great. Was good.
So you were one of the main songwriters?
And I usually participate in like half the writing. In the original demo, we had another, and we had two singers. We had two singers in the first demo. It was Joel Alanis. He sang in two songs, and the other guy was Pedro Guevara. He made right nowadays he plays in a band called the Deadly Dark.
Oh yeah,
Deadly Dark, and he was the other singer. So for the demo, this guy Pedro Guevara wrote two songs to the music. First of all the lyrics were always written by Joel, the one who passed away 2 years ago. Right. He was always the lyrics writer. All Mortuary lyrics are written by him, and the music is where we have different participation, right? As I tell you in the demo, there are two songs from Pedro Guevara, one song from Joel, and one song from I wrote it.
Right, yes. Right on.
And, so yeah, I always try to put my I don't know, to participate, right?
Yeah, totally. So you guys record the demo, you get the 4 songs, you put it together, like you did the cover, you photocopied everything. Is that what you guys did?
Exactly, yes. Everything. In that time, as I tell you, always we were working in an independent way, right? We were independent bands. We didn't have a company, a recording company. So the demo, it was a lot of work for our drummer because he had this tape recorder, this boombox, right?
Yeah.
What is the name?
Yeah.
The one that you could record from tape to tape.
Yeah.
It was a double.
Yeah, double tape player.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was his job to record the original tape, the original demo tape, and make a lot of copies. So he was making copies. We made a friend of us designed the cover. It was an oil. It was a painting, and then from there they got the cover of the demo. And then we sent to print this painting.
Yeah.
And yes, everything was independent, right? We did everything by ourselves.
Right on. Was it so like the whole band participated in doing all of that?
Exactly. Yes. Right. Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. So then obviously it got out in the underground. You guys were putting the ads out. Sending the flyers and then starting to do, I guess, interviews and everything like that. That's how, obviously.
Yes, no, I remember when once we had a lot of tapes from the demo. We used to go to the shows from other bands from the area.
Yeah. And
on the entrance of the venue, we were with the demos here. Hey, we have the new demo.
Yeah.
Exactly. You want to listen to something new? You want to, yes, and people liked it. A lot of people liked the demo, the sound, our music was really, really accepted. I remember one day a friend that was in the U.S. And came back to Mexico, and he told us, "Hey, you know what? I was listening to a radio station in New York, and suddenly they were playing one of your songs." And I said, "What? From the demo?" I said, "Yes, it was a radio station that played some metal, death metal, etc." And suddenly they say, "Yeah, this is a band from Mexico. This is called Reign of Death, etc." So it was one of our songs, and I said, "What? How did they get the tape?" So that was the magic, right? The tape, the trade taping got it to. I mean, it got there. It got to New York. It got to many places, to South America.
Yeah. Well, that was the fun of the underground, right? You didn't know at the time. I mean, he was from Sweden, he was from Canada, he is from the States, he is from Europe, he is everywhere like that. So you end up throwing all these tapes out and demos everywhere, and like you said, all of a sudden it shows up on a radio station, shows up in a fanzine, you got a review out of someplace over there, and then all of a sudden worldwide you're getting interest all over the place. That was the fun of the underground, right?
Exactly. In fact, when we were promoting this demo, we thought, because there was this band, Toxodet, that had got this deal with the Wild Rags.
Yeah.
And the Wild Rags also had like a magazine, right?
Yep.
They had a magazine. And one day they made a review of our demo. And I personally was very happy because I thought, maybe they want to make a deal with us for our next recording.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but they made a review of our demo, so it was great. Right?
Which is great, because, I mean, Wild Rags Records was the magazine, the label, like everything back in the day, man. You wanted to be on Wild Rags.
But anyway, we got it. We got the deal later with this company, JL America, and it was okay. It was okay, right?
Yeah.
It was more promotion for the band.
Yes. Did you end up recording in the same place, or what happened for that album?
Always the recordings were made here in Mexico. Yes, and then we sent the master to the company, right?
Right.
And they distributed. I think JL America distributed in the U.S., Canada, and Europe, right?
Yep.
For the distribution in Mexico, I think they made a deal with a Mexican company called Avanzada Metallica, and this company distributed the Blackened Images in Mexico.
Wow.
But it was only like a kind of permission or something like that, right?
Right.
But internationally, it was distributed by JL America.
Right. Okay, cool. So you guys, the album comes out. You guys are starting to pick up some steam. It's a full album. It's getting distributed. There's ads everywhere. Everywhere JL America is, which was a lot of places, because JL America was connected very well with the underground. So that album comes out. What happens after that?
Well, as I tell you, we started to be known in many places and to be recognized, right? To be recognized like a professional band, like a band that is doing the things right. And we got to be the opening act for many international bands, right? We play, as I tell you, the first time in Mexico City was with MORTUARY. Then we played in Texas with Morbid Angel, and then again Mexico City with Sepultura. Years later, we also shared the stage with Slayer. The first time Slayer came to Mexico.
Holy shit!
We were there.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Exactly. So that was the result of this the effort we had made recording the Blackened Images. I mean, the consequences were those, right? That we started being more recognized. We made more tours. We were considered for more international acts, right? International shows.
So you guys end up recording an EP after that?
Yeah. No, there is another recording we recorded it in 94, I think so, 95. It was very it's very curious that it was released only on tape. It never came out on CD or vinyl or something like that. It was only a tape. Only tape. This material was called Shine of the End.
Yeah.
It was also a 10-song album. And it was there was a kind of evolution. We were playing something more, I don't know, not technical, because I have never considered myself a technical guitar player. I always play what I feel, and that's it. But in some way, the change from Blackened Images to Shine of the End was more elaborated songs. Of course, they were heavy. I mean, I liked them because they were very heavy, but there was more elaborated riffs. We thought more about what we wanted to do, right? It was not like hey, this sounds heavy, let's record it. And no, we were thinking a little bit more about how to organize the songs. Mostly, this recording, most of the songs were from our singer, Growl, and I only participated with one song, and I only wrote one song, but it was great. It was a great stuff, a great album. Unfortunately, it didn't get the promotion that we wanted, right? But it is there. Maybe soon we will re-release that stuff now on a CD or a vinyl or something. Right? I'm working on that.
Right on. And I found the production on that wasn't super heavy. Right. It was a little like compared to like Black and
exactly.
Right?
Yes, it was more, as I tell you. Some people would say more technical, but no, it was simply more. There were more passages in the songs, more things like that, right? Not the direct riff with speed and everything, right? Yes, it was. The word I like to use is it was more elaborated, right? A little bit more thought.
Yeah.
That was the difference. I think it was aggressive. It was kind of heavy, but not as heavy as Black and Images as the demo, right?
Right. Yeah. So let's fast forward to now. The last thing you put out was a few years ago.
Yes. The last recording, as I tell you, was an EP. It was called "Death Won't Leave the Throne." It was the title, "Death Won't Leave the Throne," and it was 3 songs. They were 2 songs in English, and also our singer wanted to experiment a little bit with some Spanish metal, some lyrics in Spanish.
Cool.
And it sounded okay. I mean, I liked it, but it was just like a kind of experiment, right? So there were 3 songs, 2 English and 1 in Spanish, and that was the last thing we put in a recording. Since then, we were working on new stuff, which as I tell you, is some stuff that I want to put in a new recording maybe next year.
Yep.
It has taken many years, right? Because that 7 inches was recorded in 2013, so it's been 7 years without recording anything, right?
Wow. Yeah. So you're obviously anxious, and you want to get some stuff out there now.
Of course, yes. And my bandmates are also very anxious. Hey, man, when are we going to enter the studio? When? I said, take it easy, man. I mean, definitely right now it's not the moment. I mean, there's no.
Yeah.
It's not possible right now, but I really hope next year is going to be the right time. Yeah, because as you said, we are really desperate to enter the studio to show. It's because also I have the feeling that people, not all, we have really good fans that really love our music, and they don't care if we haven't recorded anything lately.
Yeah.
But there are other people, there are other maybe fans, but not as hard that think that we are enjoying what we did in the past, and we don't have anything to show in the present.
Yep.
Right? I have that feeling. I hope I am wrong. But anyway, it's one of the reasons. It's not the only reason, but it's one of the reasons I want to put something new, so that our fans and the people who criticize us see that we are working on something new, that we are trying to put something something that is not exactly like the modern, the brutal death metal or death metal. It's going to be kind of old school death metal, but anyway, it's going to be new, right? It's going to be something that the people are going to enjoy. I'm sure people are going to like it, and so that's why I'm desperate to enter the studio.
And you're obviously excited about it too, and you enjoy the new material that you're coming up with.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that's the point, right? That's the idea.
Yeah. And do you still listen to modern bands? Do you follow the scene still?
Yeah, of course. As I tell you, lately we have played many festivals. Mm-hmm. We played the American Death Fest. We played the Mass Destruction Fest in Atlanta also, and we have been playing with some of the modern bands, or not really modern, but that have shown a more modern death metal. Right. Ones like Suffocation, like I don't know, all these bands that are playing right now. the brutal death metal and all that. In fact, one of our, the other guitar player in Mortuary also has another project, another band that is called Abyss of Perdition, and they play a really, really good brutal death metal on the line of these kind of bands, right?
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that he's doing that, right? So it's great. And as I tell you, yes, I've been trying to be updated with the new metal, right? The new bands that are playing. I have shared stage with some of the new bands in the late festivals I have participated. We have played, and yes, I like them. I like it very much. But definitely, my biggest influence, my deepest influence is gonna be the 80s metal, right?
Yeah. Of course.
The first metal songs that I started to learn on the guitar were Possessed, were Sacrifice, Slayer, obviously, Venom, etc. All these great ones, right?
Yeah.
And that's what has always influenced me, right? Although I like the new bands.
Right. And it's just hard to keep up with the new stuff. That's the only problem, right? We have the internet now, which literally there's a million bands. So it's pretty tough. So, you have to really do your research, which, I right now, we have some time on our hands, so I'm doing a lot of research lately and just checking out new stuff. But, it's just hard, though, because there's 100 new labels, there's 100 new bands, there's just so much going on all the time, right? And we're older, too. I'm 45. I'm sure you're probably the same age-ish.
Yeah. Yes, just think, put it like this. When we started in the 88, Mortuary was a band with 17-year-old people, 18-year-old people. So
right. So yeah. You're like 32, 33, right?
Yeah, but definitely I don't feel. I think I have a lot of energy now that we are. In the last 2 years have been really there has been a lot of work. We have played many festivals. We made 2 small tours in the U.S. from Los Angeles to New York, etc.
Cool.
And I don't feel. People can say, these guys are almost 50, etc. But I think I have a lot of energy. I can be playing on a stage 20 more years or maybe more.
Right on. But that's the thing. That's the thing, though, with just being a metalhead, death metal, punk, or anything like that. If you're still into it in our 40s, 50s, or whatever, then we're still excited about it, right? So if you're playing live, you're going to be just as excited now to even play to a new audience or just people that you've never played to from 30 years ago, and you're still going to be pumped because this music rules.
Yeah, no, and there's always a new place where to go. There are many places where to play. This year in November, we were gonna play in the Never Surrender Fest in Berlin. Mortuary has never been in Europe. It was gonna be the first time.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it had to be postponed for next year.
Yeah.
But anyway, next year is gonna be. It's gonna happen.
Wow.
And it's something new. At my age, it's something new. I'm gonna play for the first time in Europe.
Yeah.
etc. So there's always the excitement of new place where to play, right?
And exactly, just like you said, too, you haven't been there to play, so this is new, and there's a whole new crowd of people that, again, new school or old school dudes are like, holy fuck, man, this band from Mexico's coming to fucking Europe. Holy crap.
Yeah, no. And it's not going to be the first band. Fortunately, there are other Mexican bands that have been there.
Sure.
They have been opening doors for us, the bands that haven't played there. And that is great. That is awesome. These bands that have played in Europe, they have felt experience, and they can, thanks to them, we know that we can do it, that we can play in Europe because we have seen Mexican bands there.
Yeah.
And they were there not just because maybe people might think that they pay the expenses. I don't care about that. It's an experience. They are good bands. They are great bands, and they are opening the doors. The people in Europe are taking a look at Mexican bands.
Yep.
and I hope many more Mexican bands have the opportunity to go and play there.
Right on.
Right?
And I see you have a Chasm shirt on.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
Daniel Corchado is my friend.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, yeah, like he was in Cenotaph, and then. So I don't know the history of Cenotaph and whatever, but he was in Cenotaph and then he moved on to do the Chasm right away, or was it he ended up leaving Cenotaph to go do Incantation and then Chasm? No.
Yeah, as far as I know, he was. I mean, I met him the first time in the 80s when he was in a band called Damned Cross or Damned Cross or something like that. Later on, they changed the name to Cenotaph.
Right.
And then after that, that is where I'm not very sure how it happened. But I think after Cenotaph, he made the Chasm.
Yep.
They were still in Mexico. And then there was a point where they moved to the U.S., to, I don't know, Chicago or something like that. And it was great for them because they started playing everywhere in the United States, right?
Yep. Everywhere.
The recordings are fucking awesome. So.
Oh, they are ever.
And also, it's a funny thing that in that time, in the 80s, 90s, we never had the chance to share the stage with the Chasm in Mexico. Until now that we went in the last 2 years, that we have been going to the U.S., finally we had the chance to share the stage with them. One in I think in Houston, Texas, and then in the Maryland Death Fest.
Wow, right? 30 years later.
Exactly. Exactly, 30 years later.
Very cool.
Yes, and as the same way as we see the evolution of bands like the Chasm, how they went from one name to another. There are many other bands in the same situation, right? There are many other bands, great Mexican bands. I would really, in fact, I wanted to take this opportunity to talk to you, also to promote that the Mexican bands are great, and they should be considered to play in the U.S., in Canada, in Europe, everywhere, right?
Of course.
This is a time where there are many new bands coming out. Yes, growing, and I think this is a good time so that Mexican metal, Mexican death metal, thrash metal, whatever, is considered like at the same level than we have considered bands from Germany, from Poland, from England, right? I think Mexican bands are reaching the same quality and the same professional quality, right?
Yep.
I don't know.
No, it's true though. Your Mexico amongst the United States, amongst Sweden, amongst everything. The mid 80s to the late 80s, that's when that scene started. So whenever bands come from that era, you have to give props and respect to the bands that started in that early times. So again, you got a bunch of Mexican bands. You got to fucking let everybody know that we were here just as long as Morbid Angel, just as long as all these other bands, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And talking about that, I was thinking when you mentioned Morbid Angel, I am very, I don't know, surprised that whenever we play with these foreign bands like Sepultura, like Morbid Angel, Slayer, they always showed. They show that they are great people. They never saw Mexicans as we're more than you or something like that, right?
Right.
They always talked to us. They always wanted to know who we were, etc. They showed that they're great people, right? Max Cavalera, David Pence, and they always talk to us. Talk to Mariah when we played with Slayer in Mexico City. He was all the time there with us, talking with Mortuary, and hey man, dude, and this and that, and it was great. It was fucking great.
Wow, right on.
Yeah,
killer. So like you said, you're working on some new material. You're just waiting till all this kind of clears up, and then you guys are going to go to the studio and start tracking your new music.
Yeah. I'm taking advantage of this quarantine to check details on the songs, to check if we can make some changes, etc. But But definitely, we have to put something new there, right? We have to record something, and see how people react. I'm really excited to see how people receive the new material. As I tell you, it's not completely new songs. I mean, I'm going to take some old songs that I want to modify a little bit, mm-hmm. or songs that were never released. But most of the new recording is gonna be new songs.
Sweet, right on. So we can obviously look for new material from these guys, old school legends from the late '80s, which is freaking amazing, and the fact that you were on JL America, which was a pretty cool label back in the day. I must admit.
Yeah. Yes, I never knew what happened to them, how they disappeared. Yeah. I don't know what happened to that company.
Yeah, it's old news now. Yeah. Totally. So, thank you very much, Alberto. It's been a hoot, and obviously we can find you on Facebook. You got a website. Do you have some material to buy on your website, Facebook, everything?
And not yet. I'm working on that too. As I tell you, I just took the management of the band recently, since the singer passed away, and I'm working on everything. I'm working on how to move the band from simply a band to a more like a professional company, a company that can give good shows. Of course, the most important thing is the music, the shows, but also that we can provide our fans or people who are interested with merchandise and information, everything related to the band. I'm really working on that. I hope soon we can offer a Bandcamp, a web page, and everything related to Mortuary. As I tell you, because we never did it, I don't know, for some reason our singer never worked on that and on showing a more professional image of the band, right?
For sure.
But definitely I am working on that. I'm trying to do that, and soon people will see the everything in the Bandcamp, the web page, our store with merchandise, everything.
Beautiful.
Of course, our new music, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. I thank you very much, man, and I hope everything's going good down there with you and the family, and let's just keep listening to metal, because that's all we can pretty much do right now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I really want to invite people in everywhere to support bands, to support the bands. This period of time has been very hard for bands economically. So please buy merchandise. Try to help some way.
And like I always say, you gotta you gotta share, comment on everything, just to get everybody in a family. We gotta get a family going.
Exactly. That's what I like to not only the fans but also the bands to feel. Here in Mexico, it has always been a little difficult to. Not always. I mean, there have been periods where there have been some friction between bands. So I don't think that's a good idea. I think bands and fans should be all together like a family, support each other, help each other, and on these times like now is when we have to show that we care, right? We care for our other band brothers or our fans, etc.
Yep.
And also from each other, right?
Yep, exactly. We're all going through a hard time right now with our projects, whether it be bands, record labels, movies, music videos, or whatever. We all need each other to help out right at this time because of the shit that we're going through. So when everything gets back to normal, then hopefully everything else gets back to normal and we'll all be on the same level.
Exactly. Yes, we're a community. We're a community, and we should behave like that, right? We should support. And I hope once this everything goes back to normal, I hope I will be again touring the U.S. Right? I really like the tours we made recently. They were awesome. They were fucking great. I received the energy from our fans in the U.S. in Chicago, in Baltimore, Los Angeles, New York, everywhere.
Cool.
So I hope next year is gonna be something like that. I mean, as soon as normal comes back.
Normal. Yeah.
Well, so thank you very much for inviting me and Mortuary especially, man. I mean, I'm just showing the face of Mortuary. Mortuary, we are 4 guys, and we're trying to help to put our part right in the metal scene to support the metal scene in the best way we can, right?
Yeah, and we want to, and like I said, man, like we got to include everybody that's had a part in the existence of death metal, the beginnings, or just anything, right? I mean, it's all parts of the world that has put their contribution into everything, and Mortuary is one of them, and that's why we had to bring you here, man.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, man. Thank you, and hope to see you there.
Oh, well, if you guys are touring USA, I mean, I'm in Canada, but I'm close to Buffalo and Rochester and everything, so...
We played Rochester last year. So
what?
Maybe yes, last year we played Rochester. I don't remember the date.
Oh, no! You already came here. Oh, man.
It was after the Maryland Death Fest. It was May, June, around those days. We played with this band, Danny Lilker plays in that band.
The Blurring.
Blurring, yes, I think it was Blurring.
Get out!
It was Deceased playing there also. Deceased, King Foley.
What?
It was a great show. It was a great show there in Rochester. It was fucking big.
Oh, man!
What club did they play at?
I really I enjoyed more seeing the band than playing.
Especially Dan Lilliker. Holy fuck, man! And King.
I was very excited when the promoter told me when we arrived there to Rochester. The promoter approached me, and he said, "Hey man, Daniel Lilker asked me about Mortuary," and I said, "He knows Mortuary?" He said, "Yes, he wants to meet you." And say, "Okay, let's go."
Yeah.
and then when Danny came to me and we were talking and he said, "Hey man, you want a beer?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And he went to the bar and brought a beer to me and said, "Come on, Danny, let me bring in a beer to me." So it was fucking great.
Wow, that's amazing. And honestly though, like we've had Dan Lilliker, we sat down with him for the documentary and everything like that, and he is literally a genuine underground person that actually knows what he's talking about.
Exactly. It's awesome. This guy is awesome, really.
And the fact that he talked about Mort, that's amazing, man. Good on Dan, man.
I couldn't believe it, but well, there you go.
Cool, man. All right, brother.
So, thank you very much, man, again. And as I tell you, I hope that we see you there next year. The promoter in Rochester got a very good friend of mine. We became good friends, and I hope next year we will be there again.
Is it Oz?
It's the promoter.
Yeah.
It's Steve Peck.
Steve Peck. Okay, yes. I've seen that name around. Okay. Cool. Yes.
I mean, he's the one that made the connection with me. I don't know if there was another promoter.
Right.
But yes.
Perfect.
But anyway, I hope to see you there next year, and
cool,
I hope we tour the US again.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much, and keep on staying heavy.
You too, man. Yeah, thank you.
All right, later, buddy.
Yes.
Right on. Woo! Oh, goddamn. Well, isn't that the coolest shit ever? Good old fucking Mexican underground, man. Like I said, we are always trying to get all parts of the world. It's not just America, it's not just Canada, it's not just Europe. We got some little corners that we're hanging out at. That's awesome, man. I don't know what's going on next week. We're kind of lately just flying on the edge of our seat because we don't know what we're doing. Phil and I were constantly working on a shit ton of projects in the back end as Rabid Dog films itself. And like I mentioned on Tuesday, We just finished the commentary for our full moon movie, Necropolis Legion, with our good friend Carlos Henriques from The Butcher Shop, Makeup Effects Studio. And we ended up doing the commentary for that. So that's going to be included on the DVD when it comes out. What'd they say? Like summer?
Summer sometime.
Summer, end of summer, or something like that. So that's coming out on DVD, Blu-ray. So we've been working on that, and we have actually a lot of projects we've been toying with lately. So we're writing, we're shooting, we're
editing. We're keeping busy.
We're keeping very busy. Yeah, definitely. So thanks a lot, everybody, and have a happy Thursday. Have a good weekend. And I think that's it. Where did Rob go?
I don't know, man. He came down here. He disappeared. I disappeared.
You didn't see him upstairs?
No.
Oh, no. He didn't even just fucking take off.
He did the Irish goodbye.
No way. There's no way he did that. You don't just ghost like that.
Well, apparently he did.
Oh, Cash Lube, what's going on with you,
he's
man?
upstairs lost. I don't know. Maybe he's taking a 3-hour dump. I don't know.
He's upstairs taking a shit the whole time.
Maybe he missed me. I had to duck out for a
bit. Shit.
Yeah, no. You think he'd be down here already, but no.
Fuck. Well, thanks everybody for hanging on with us and tuning in, and that's how we do it, man. So, fucking hey, guys. Have a happy weekend, and we don't know what we're doing next week, so we're gonna figure it out. Whatever. Doesn't matter.